As a child, I went to the Sich to look for my great-great-grandfather Andriy and got lost. A lonely Cossack was sitting by the fire. Which Siches should I take you to, son? Maybe to the first one, Tomakivska? It was built to protect Christian towns and villages from the Crimean Khans. This suited the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which then owned Ukrainian lands. The Cossacks risked their lives and received many liberties for this. Later, some of the Cossacks were even recruited for service and entered into the state register. It was the beginning of the Cossack discord, dividing them into the registered and the lower. The first lived in cities, and the second lived in the lower reaches of the Dnipro, that is, below the Dnipro rapids. Sometimes, the enemy was stronger than the Cossacks. Let's take, for example, the Zaporozhian Sich. It was home to a glorious knighthood. They went on sea campaigns as far as Turkey. The angry Turks sent a huge army to the Ukrainian lands. Although not immediately, the Zaporozhian Sich was destroyed. That's how the Nikitinska, Chortomlitska, Kamyanska, Oleshkivska, and finally the Novosiks were razed and destroyed one after another. However, defeats only hardened the Cossacks. Eventually, they formed the Hetmanate, their own state. Although later, Hetman Bohdan Khmelnytsky had to ally himself with the Tsar of Moscow. And after Khmelnytsky's death, the new Hetman, Ivan Brukovetsky, neglected his election promises and further restricted the rights of the Cossacks. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and the Tsar of Moscow divided Ukraine along the Dnipro River into the left bank and right bank. Each of them had its hetman, and these hetmans were never able to reach an agreement with each other. Finally, the last one, the Novosich, was destroyed by the imperial troops. That was the end of the Zaporozhian Sich. But really, son, here it is. Look, we, the defenders of our land, lie in this land, under these mounds. Time passes through us, washes the mounds away, floods the Sich, but we keep the memory alive. However, we can't do it alone.
I will help you, I promised then. I will keep the memory alive. I, Taras, Prohori's son, swear by this. I have not forgotten that night, and those words, and I will never forget.
Discover extraordinary Ukraine with the travel book. Hear the call of your ancestors and subscribe to this channel.